What's a curse word to you?
Which I think does too.
Oh,
Really does his job well.
because it.
Pretty good, but it's not as good.
Hey, 400 you out there. I've got sperm. I got an experiment for you.
I feel a little bit like your dad.
Well,
You register your car, go to the doctor, stop irradiating your balls. I'm Hank Green.
and I'm Ludwig.
And this is Ask Hank Anything. Hello, I'm Hank Green. And I think you can learn more about people from the questions they ask than the answers they give, which is why I created this show. It's called Ask Hank Anything. And it is why I invited Ludwig here to sit on the couch with me.
Hello, Hank.
Do you have questions for me?
I do. I didn't think I was being judged on what I asked.
I know, I didn't tell you.
Yeah, you just said what questions you want to know. So I thought of the 10 questions that I didn't want to, that I thought Google wouldn't give me an apt response.
Oh, okay.
Or ChatGPT nowadays.
I feel confident that I can outgun ChatGPT in a number of ways.
All right. I'm ready to be judged, and
Okay.
I'm also ready to learn.
I hope that I get to teach you some things today.
Teach me some things.
All right, well, you want to ask me one of your questions? It's inside a puzzle, the Pelican's pouch.
Okay.
Hit the top one there.
Okay. Oh, sorry. You might grab it. I thought something was gonna happen. Dude.
What do you got?
Do you order these?
What?
Well, this is the first question, so it's the one that people will judge me the most. Okay. One time on a TV show, I heard that putting a laptop on your balls makes you infertile. Is that true? Should I be scared?
I didn't order them for the most judgmental. But that is one of the most interesting questions I got this entire series.
Well, I'm curious because it was from, it's a fantasy football show. I'm blanking on it. The League.
The League?
Yes.
Yeah.
With Jean Lajoie. And this
remember that
this was Nick Kroll's character.
Okay.
And he's the one who read the line, I believe, about his balls not being able to produce good,
So,
fertile
swimmers.
swimmers. Thank you. I'm trying to think of a term that was polite here.
So many things to talk about here.
Okay.
So our balls like to be colder than the rest of our body, which is why they hang down.
Whoa. Stop. That's not true. Because when it's cold outside, I put my hands near my balls because it's warmer.
But you don't put them necessarily on your balls. But the crotch is going to be warm. It's one of the warmest spots.
Okay.
But the balls want to be away from the crotch because the optimal sperm production temperature is like 92 degrees versus 98.7.
So the crotch is the warm part and the balls are literally just like separating themselves away.
And as you get warmer, there's actually an involuntary muscle that relaxes and your balls fall farther down. And when you get colder, it contracts and the balls lift up, which we know because we have them.
Yes.
But we don't, I didn't think about it until I was researching the question. I'm like, yeah, I guess there's got to be something actually doing that.
I thought it was like a rubber band thing, and it was like when it's cold, the rubber band's taut.
Yeah.
And it's like
That
it
makes
needs
sense.
to warm up to.
Get loose.
Yes, that makes the rubber band. Okay.
As balls get hotter, they get worse at making sperm. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why just have it not be that way? Why not just have the balls be good at making sperm at 98 degrees, and then we can keep the balls inside of the body where they're safe,
Hot sperm.
the way that elephants do.
That's how elephants do it. They just got hot sperm.
You've never seen an elephant's testicles.
I've never seen a lot of what elephants do to make children, and I have a feeling you might have.
I have.
Okay.
I've seen it actually a number of times over the years.
You didn't have to add that in. I've seen it too many times, more than most. So, okay, laptop.
So, no, I have to keep going.
Okay.
Why don't you think we can do it like elephants? Why can't we be like elephants and just have our balls on the inside?
Why can't we have our balls on the inside? Don't we at some point?
Yeah. But once we have to be fertile, like if they stay up there, we lose our fertility. So they have to come down.
I think it was an aesthetic choice.
That's as good a guess as any we got right now.
Right? Like,
we
I
don't,
feel like
we
it was
don't
like
know. This is a mystery. We don't know why we have to have our balls on the outside.
I almost feel like letting them hang because
They're-
like that's like it's like a call to action. It's like back before we made clothes when you just let them hang.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, he's got some good ones.
They're hanging low. You see Gary, how low they're hanging?
He's warm.
He's fertile today.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, producing and whatnot.
We have some theories. We don't have it settled.
Okay.
And I think that it's a terrible idea to put them on the outside.
You disagree with the design.
I would rather have them be somewhere safer.
Imagine the aesthetics.
That's fine with me.
It looks so lame.
That's fine with me.
So we don't know.
We don't know why. But to the laptop.
Okay.
It turns out we have done a fair amount of research on this for two reasons. One, because some people want to be more fertile. And two, some people want to be less fertile. So,
People want to be less fertile?
what do you mean? Yeah.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
All the time. Mostly.
But I feel like
That's mostly what we're trying to do is to,
you don't want to. I guess you do. I was gonna say, why would you ever want to change your intrinsic ability to have children? But people do that all the time. They stuff the tube and what have you.
Yeah. Well, but this is the
Fix
other
the
thing.
tube.
We got to say this. This is going to be a temporary effect.
Okay.
So if your laptop is on there, you might decrease your sort of motility and number of sperm for the period of time where you're warming up your lap, and maybe for a significant period after that, but not forever. So this is a reversible effect.
Okay.
The other thing,
But it does do it.
it does do it. So if you are warming up,
Wow.
there was a study done where they gave guys special underwear that kept their balls like really tucked up, like really high, so that
Okay.
they were always body temperature.
So they were warmer. Yeah, I see.
And those people, there was like 400 people in the study, like 400 couples, and only one of them conceived a child during the study period.
And they're all trying.
They weren't trying. They were trying to not.
Okay.
But they were all active.
Yeah.
And the one person who did wore the underwear wrong.
I see.
But it's not super comfortable, it turns out. So there's thermal male birth control that is about keeping the balls warm. And it actually does lower sperm counts enough that it basically makes you clinically infertile. Though you could still conceive.
So if you
Because there are still some swimmers.
if you wanted to have intercourse,
Yeah.
but didn't want to have children,
Yeah.
you could just take like a blow dryer to that shit.
There are a number of different things people have tried because it'd be good to have male birth control.
And this would be effective male birth control that isn't intravenous.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to put anything in you. It's just special underwear.
Special underwear does it. And laptops do it too.
And laptops are, if they're gonna get it up to 99 degrees. So I wanted to tease this out a little further because I don't want anyone to take the wrong things from this. So if you heat up human testicles to above body temperature for hours per day, it can decrease sperm formation and quality of the sperm that form. Also, we know that sitting with a laptop on your lap increases testicle temperature by more than just sitting without a laptop on your lap. In a small study of 29 people called Increase in Scrotal Temperature in Laptop Computer Users, research saw increases in temperature that would definitely be high enough to affect sperm production. But when we try and translate that to real-world effects, we don't really see much. There was a 2022 study called Male Personal Heat Exposure and Fecundability, and that showed no relationship between laptop on lap use and the probability of conception. And these were people who were trying to conceive. The only heat-related things that did have an impact were hot baths and fevers, and both of those impacts were very small. Also, this Future Hank segment was brought to you by Rocket Money, because they help you understand what's going on with your money, and understanding what's going on is what we're all about here at Ask Hank Anything. You've got to know what's going on with your money these days. When I signed up for Rocket Money, I realized that there were a number of subscriptions I was paying for every month that were not adding any value to my life. And it wasn't just streaming services. Everything's a subscription these days, and no one's brain is capable of keeping it straight all the time. Rocket Money is an all-in-one personal finance app that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage your money better. If you can believe this, the subscriptions I canceled after Rocket Money found them saved me $2,200 a year. There was one big software subscription that took up the bulk of that I had completely forgotten about. Rocket Money's system is really simple. You plug it into your bank account and it sees what's coming and going, which doesn't just allow you to find and cancel unwanted subscriptions, it also helps you understand what's going on with your finances, which is just so important. So to save more and spend less, join the over 5 million members using Rocket Money today. Go to rocketmoney.com/askhank or click the link in the description to get started for free.
I'm gonna ask something dumb.
I love it.
What about radiations?
Oh, like that definitely, that could cause a permanent problem.
Does that come from laptops?
No. Thermal radiation is just heat.
They got chips and whatnot. And data?
There might be like some like electromagnetic radiation, like Wi-Fi and stuff.
Sure.
But that's not gonna be ionizing, is what you say. It's like where it actually starts to mess up the chemicals of a situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it'll do it for the night, maybe for the week.
Maybe for the month even.
That long?
It depends. Well, if you're using regularly, if you're doing it every day for a week, maybe it'll last a month.
I was like, how hot are these laptops?
I don't know. Sometimes I'm like a little bit. I'm pretty uncomfortable.
No, they definitely heat up for sure.
Yeah. I need to do less.
Okay.
On there.
I know more about balls. Is piss stored in is piss stored in the ball?
No. It's in the bladder.
Cool.
Speaking of this, I was just listening to a story where this is a podcast, where they're talking about artificial pig kidneys. And so to test out whether a pig kidney could work on a person, they don't want to just put that into a person because that could be really bad.
Right.
So they put it into a person who is brain dead and has donated their body to science. So a person whose body is still working, but their brain stopped working.
Oh, that'd be the worst. Like,
well, yeah, it's not
of the
great.
donate to science categories.
Yeah, where
the
it's
brain dead, but still.
Yeah,
that's the worst
great.
one.
It's great for organ donation.
Yeah,
but yeah,
the best one is like eyes. Like, oh, they have my eyes now.
Yeah,
that's lovely.
But no, nobody gets you.
No,
you just get a pig kidney. And so they, to test if this pig kidney worked, they actually just sort of connected it to the blood vessels of the leg. They didn't even put it where a kidney's supposed to go.
Okay,
and then they knew it was working because the kidney started to pee.
How does a kidney pee?
Kidney pees into the bladder.
Oh, it has like a
little
chute?
connection. Yeah.
Oh.
So it just like started dribbling pee and they were like, we did it.
That's good.
It
That's
works.
like an innovation.
Yeah.
That's like some Frankenstein shit.
Oh yeah.
Wow. If you are made up of more animal intestines than human intestines, are you still a human?
Yeah. I think it's all up here.
I feel like some of it's in the kidney. It gets like a percentage point, surely.
Look, I've wondered if you put a person's brain in a pig, are they a pig or a human? Because I don't know.
They're pig. They're still like, I think the
No,
brain's up there, they're
I
like,
can't.
they're like,
I don't think it's cut and dried.
I don't think.
I think if you put a person's, what if you put your brain in a pig? Like all your experiences and knowledge and memories.
I already like eating slop, so I think it'd slot in nicely.
Yeah.
But okay, but I don't know. Like I heard your gut biome.
Sure, there's a little bit there. It's a
I've
little
heard it's
bit
like
of feedback.
50%.
Nah.
I've heard you eat an antibiotic, you become a psychopath.
Yeah,
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, that's.
These are the circles I'm in, by the way.
I'm glad you came on the show, Ludwig.
Yeah, but the gut biome controls some of your thoughts and your moods.
It can influence your mood.
But so if you had a pig's gut biome, that's a game-changing biome to be in. We're in a whole different atmosphere.
That's a good point. I don't know.
It's kind of like when Timmy Turner entered Jimmy Neutron's universe. It's still Timmy Turner, but on the Timmy Power Hour, he looks and acts a lot different.
I'll keep that in mind.
After your time?
That is after my time.
That's crazy. It's
What are
before
you?
almost everyone's watching. Huh?
What are you?
95?
Oof, Jesus, I'm very old.
You're 96. No, you're 85. 85. 84. 83. 81. 74. Ma'am. 66.
80.
80.
I'm an 80 boy.
Oh, not even 79. Young.
Yeah.
still. Young
Look,
still.
I got a ways to go probably.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Why not?
Do you feel like your question has been satisfactorily answered?
Oh, yes. Approved.
Great.
Good answer.
Also, if you wear boxers, you have slightly, though not like significantly, slightly more and more motile sperm than if you wear
Like tighty
briefs.
whities?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this makes me feel
Tighty
validated.
whities doesn't do it. Just tighty whities isn't going to give you birth control.
The
You have
underwear
to-
were much tighter.
They were like, basically.
What about like compression shorts, like biker compression shorts? I'd be curious about those.
I got to do science.
Yeah, okay.
Got to do the science.
We gotta get 400. Hey, 400. Hey, 400 of you out there who got sperm. I got an experiment for you.
Yeah, that's how science works.
They pay, right?
Sometimes not.
Really?
Yeah, probably this one. I don't know, actually.
You're
they
telling
pay
me 400 people are just like, yeah, I'll throw on the underwear.
Yeah.
For fun?
For science.
You know, I used to donate
further
sperm.
human understanding.
I used to donate sperm not for human understanding, but for money.
Well, you got a good whole situation. You're successful. Your forearms look nice.
It's worked out so far. You think? What the heck? I haven't gotten that one before.
Oh.
Stupid, I guess.
All right, Ludwig. What's your next question?
Okay.
Oh.
Ask Hank anything.
Yeah. You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If I shave my head bald to the bone, will less hair grow back?
No. That's great news for you. You have great hair.
I'm doing good right now.
You're doing great. Do you worry about it at all?
No, not necessarily.
Yeah.
But I like where it's at.
Yeah.
So if I were to shave it to the bone and it comes back different,
Yeah.
I'd be sad because this would have been a self-inflicted
Yeah.
thing as opposed to like, time.
So it may be that when it first starts to grow back, you feel that a little bit because you're gonna see any like recession that has happened more clearly. And also the areas of your hair that is thinner, you're gonna see those more clearly. This happened to me when my hair was growing back. I thought I had a full head of hair. And then it started growing back and I was like, did I get more bald during chemo? But then it all came back and it was just like, oh no. Like when I have a lot of hair, you can't see that like it's thinner like right here than it is everywhere else.
It turns out that you are balding over time, but it's not noticeable.
Right.
But it really reveals itself.
But it revealed itself when it was growing back.
So you shouldn't do it if you are perhaps having some signs of balding.
And you are not.
I'm
great.
chilling right now.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be fun to go bald.
Just bald.
Bald.
No eyebrows.
Well, I don't know about that. I've seen a lot of streamers do that.
Really?
A weird amount.
Is it like as a thing? Like if we hit my sub goal?
Yeah, it's like give me $5 and I'll look like an egg for the next 7 months of my life. For some reason, they do it multiple times.
Yeah.
Shout out Steak, he does this, but
Yeah.
I would want to make bald look nice.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a disservice to the balls.
Well, in my experience, going back from bald, it looks good pretty quick. Like when it's bald, it looks okay. You know, sometimes you can do a little facial hair at the same time. That'll balance it out. But then within 3 weeks, just looks like you got like a real close crop, little fuzz thing going on. I liked it.
All right.
Also, my hair came back super fine when it was first growing back. I felt like a baby's head. It was
You liked
so soft.
rubbing it?
Yeah, everybody liked rubbing it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So Aiden can't do it. Aiden, my friend, I do a podcast with Norwood 7, Norwood 8 Terminal. So if he shaved it, would come back looking like a Star Trek logo. You know? Just like a real hard curves.
Yeah, I got a whole shape going on now. It's like, ooh.
For the hair follicles?
Yeah, no, just like it goes way back.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like a Norwood 4 probably. Do you know the Norwood scale?
I have no idea what that means.
It's literally the scale of hairlines.
Oh. Mm-hmm. He is a little worried about it.
You're worried?
No, you.
Me about?
You know about the Norwood scale.
Well, no, it's mostly to hurt Aiden's feelings.
Okay.
Pull?
Pull.
Why do we have to register our cars and insure them? I just want to buy one and drive it. What's the crime, Hank?
So what do you think it is?
Officer, I just wanted to drive the car.
I just wanted to buy and drive a car without registering it or having insurance.
What next? A license for my damn toaster?
Probably a subscription fee if anything.
Probably.
Keeps going.
Probably a
direction it's
monthly
going.
fee, and it listens in.
We'll only use certain toasts.
So right
It's
now,
like, no, you have to buy the toast that fits in the toaster.
yeah,
Like a Keurig cup, but for toast.
that's what'll happen.
Yeah.
If woke gets what they want. But no, I've been driving a car illegally,
Oh.
without a license,
A driver's license?
without a
Registration. Oh.
A license plate, I should have said.
Oh, yeah.
I was driving that shit around town.
It's gonna be a problem.
I feel good doing it.
Do you want to know?
I feel really good doing it. I feel powerful.
Yeah. Take me, officer.
But it's illegal.
You're gonna feel less powerful with the handcuffs on.
Yeah, I
Or
will.
with the fine. I mean, it's just
I
gonna be
got
fine.
2 cars like that.
What?
Driving both.
Are they not registered?
One's not registerable.
Oh.
The other one I haven't registered.
Oh, I know about your not registerable car. I've seen that.
The Japanese truck?
It's not allowed.
Yeah.
It's like illegal.
You can't do it in California, so I can drive to Arizona and register it.
Gotcha. Just doesn't have all the necessary parts to
for
be
California.
like street legal.
And it's not like nice enough, because if it was 500K,
Right.
then you get it easy, because it's the 500K car. But because it's 5K, they're like,
Yeah.
so why?
Weird rules. So, I mean, you've hit on one of them, which is that like they want to check and make sure that your car is legal to be on the streets.
Okay.
Like the original reason they did it was if a car is involved in a crime, if it hits somebody or like you want a way to connect that car to like a human owner.
Right.
And also for transferring the car from one person to another. If you sell a car and it's just like you sort of like sign the title and you're like, okay, you own the car now. Like you could go and say, I didn't actually sell you the car, that's a forgery. So you want to register that with the state so that they have a registration of who owns this car.
An accurate database.
Yes.
And they can track it.
Yes. So for ownership and for crime stuff. But it's also a tax. So do you know how the roads mostly get paid for?
From the highway deal in the 60s.
Yeah,
70s.
Back then that is how it was paid for. But now how are the roads in LA maintained? Like where's that money come from? It's interesting.
They're not. These fucking roads. No, I actually don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, we figured out a way
Love of the game.
to make it so that the people who drive pay for the roads and the people who don't drive don't pay for the roads. And it's not car registration, it is gas taxes. So the more you drive and the heavier your vehicle is, the more gas you buy, and we use the tax from the purchase of the gas to maintain the roads.
Is gas that heavily taxed?
Yes.
Isn't it way more heavily taxed in Europe?
It's especially in California, it's more heavily taxed than the rest of the US, but everywhere we got a significant gas taxes.
That's why it's more expensive here than like
one of the reasons.
the other states?
Yeah.
I thought it was a shipping thing.
It is partially a shipping thing.
It is a shipping thing too.
Yeah, like if you're closer to the Gulf, it's super cheap
Okay.
because you're right there where the gas is.
It's a little column A, column B situation.
Yeah. But weird thing is occurring right now. This is a problem. There are a bunch of drivers now who do not pay for gas taxes. And they're using the roads like crazy because they don't buy gas because they have electric cars.
Oh.
So now part of a registration
Ban electric vehicle.
is if you show up, this happened to me because I got an EV.
Yeah.
I showed up and they're like, I don't know if you know this, but this is gonna be more expensive than you're used to.
Just for electric vehicles.
There's an EV extra fee for registering your car because you're not gonna pay the gas tax.
Well, I assume it's also high.
It is.
Because
It's not cheap.
you're paying, like dollars every time you go to the gas station.
Yeah.
As a gas guzzler.
Yeah, I think it was like hundreds of dollars. It wasn't thousands.
Hundreds in one fell swoop.
Yeah, but all at once.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was a surprise. They did not mention that at the dealership.
No, yeah, of course not. They'll tell you the tax breaks that you get, but
Yeah. And obviously the tax breaks at the moment are significantly more than that registration fee. And some places don't have the registration fee because they want to encourage people to get EVs. But eventually everybody's going to have to pay the registration fee because nobody's going to be paying gas taxes.
that's just because they're trying to incentivize it when they don't have to incentivize it.
Once they don't have to incentivize them.
taking
And
it
also,
all.
once you don't have enough money to repair the roads, you got to replace the gas tax with a registration fee.
What about insurance?
Oh, insurance. You don't have to have insurance for you
I'll call them today.
or your car.
Great.
But you do have to have insurance that covers the damage you do when you crash your car into something.
I just won't.
And they don't trust you. They don't believe you. They don't believe you're gonna never crash into anything.
29 years,
Yeah.
4 accidents. Believe that? Not a lot.
You've been driving for 29 years?
Well, okay, so 13 years, 4 accidents. Pretty good.
Yeah, that seems like a great idea.
One for
to
every new
have
president.
People who operate heavy machinery that could potentially maim or kill to have an ability to pay for the damage that they do.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So I don't need it for myself.
You can.
But
You probably have it for yourself.
I do.
But some states you are required to have it for yourself in your car. But most states you're not. And I don't know how California actually shakes out on this.
I just know that I thought I had it. It turns out my auto pay failed and they kicked me off of it.
Yeah.
And I went to buy a car one time. This is years ago.
Yeah.
And they were like, you can't buy this car. You don't have insurance.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't prove I had insurance because I didn't.
Also, it's hard to sell a car if you don't have it registered. So you probably should do all the normal things that people do that the law says you should do.
I do them all.
As of next week.
As of next, by the time this is out, I'm totally compliant.
What else is going on with Ludwig?
What's bubbling in the mind?
Mr. Libertarian over here.
I knew this would happen, folks.
He's worried about his hairline. He's a libertarian. What was the first one? He's worried about his balls.
Well, speaking of the balls, how come when I sneeze, it hurts my taint or gooch?
I'm not a doctor, so none of this is medical advice.
Okay. Sneeze less? What are you going to
No, that doesn't actually sound great. That's
What?
not like a everybody thing. Anybody in the room, their taint hurt when they sneeze.
This is 1 in every, I'll say, 11 sneezes.
1 in every 11 sneezes.
I'll have a sneeze.
Is it sudden onset? Like, is it all the time, or was there like a moment when it started?
It's been happening for at least a decade. I don't think I can remember past that.
Okay. How's pooping?
Oh, excellent.
How's peeing?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Decent.
Well, what I'd say.
Not writing home about it.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't get from that like there's a problem with your peeing. I got from that like pooping is more fun for you.
Yeah. Well, it's because I get to use the bidet.
I'm
not shooting the bidet up the
Pee hole.
urethra.
Yeah. Any lower back pain?
No.
Did it all? So
So this is a me thing.
are there those questions I just asked you?
You've never had a taint pain ever?
No. So these are all the questions that a doctor will ask you when you go and see them about your taint pain.
Okay. So you're just recommending I go to the doctor.
I think maybe you should. There's a couple of things it could be. It doesn't sound like it's a problem with your butthole, but you say your poops are not just
No, they're
good,
good.
but great.
They're great.
Yeah.
Maybe I got a prostate the size of a marble.
That is also a thing that it could be. But like 10 years, it's not cancer, or else you'd know by now.
Could that be cancer? Does cancer really show up like that?
Could cancer actually show up like this? Well, pain in the perineum can come from all kinds of things, probably just a tight pelvic floor muscle or a compressed nerve. Very rarely it can be something more serious, though if it's cancer, it would usually be accompanied by other worrying signs like blood or like a literal lump down there. Of course, also don't freak out if you have all of those symptoms because it's probably just hemorrhoids, which you should also see a doctor about. Doctors are trained to start with your initial complaint and then try to tease out more information through a process called differential diagnosis, which you just saw me like cosplay doing just now a little bit. Basically, they're taking all of the various possibilities and trying to use what information you tell them to narrow in on the most probable cause for the various symptoms. Now, the trick for all this, for the patient, and it is a tricky trick, is finding a balance between like ignoring the things going on in your body versus getting stuck in an anxiety spiral every time something feels off. And that's not always clear, so what I like to do is just keep a little notes app of various things I'd like to bring up the next time I'm in a room with my doctor. Because things are gonna feel off sometimes and bodies are complex, and finding that balance between not ever paying any attention at all and freaking out all the time is hard.
I sneeze and my funny bone hurts, and you're like, yeah, that's the cancer.
Well, I mean, like, probably not.
Sure, but it could be.
But there's like rectal cancer, anal cancer.
What a bad one to get.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I had a friend with that.
Really? Which one?
Anal cancer.
Are they
She's
the
okay.
same? Rectal?
No, they're different.
Okay. So it's not normal.
It was so hard for me to say it's a pain in the ass just now.
Oh, wow. I saw something you holding back.
Yeah. You were like, he can't. He's stuck.
Yeah.
He's in a loop. You seem like the kind of guy who hasn't seen a doctor in 13 years.
Okay, so I went 7 years without seeing one.
Uh-huh.
This is a few years ago.
Uh-huh.
I went to see one.
Yeah.
And I was like, Doc, it's been a while.
Look at me though.
Give me.
So,
look at me.
Obviously, I'm fine.
I said, give me the
full thing.
Give me the full thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, you're young and healthy. You're probably good.
Yeah.
That's what he said to me.
If you don't have any complaints, but you didn't tell him about the taint pain.
And I didn't think it didn't come up at the time.
Just add it to the notes app, you know?
Doctor.
Next time at the doctor. Taint pain.
Okay.
Next thing down on the list.
But in my mind, it's like, Hank already covered it. We're good.
That's what I'm trying to avoid.
No, I already asked Hank, so it's like, we're good, Doc. This is my new doctor. His name's Hank.
No, I will be worse at this than WebMD.
Okay.
So
I'll go to the doctor.
And you're gonna I feel like I'm just giving a little bit of homework. I feel a little bit like your dad.
Well,
register your car, go to the doctor, stop irradiating your balls.
To be fair, I think that's general wisdom.
Yeah.
Next question.
Next question. What you got?
Some political shit. Would we fix the housing crisis if we just stopped companies like Blackrock from buying a bunch of single-family real estate? Or is that a populist idea with no legs?
So this is an opinion, and I don't know the future. Like, I don't know what would happen if we actually did this.
Right.
It is not going to solve the problem. It is a populist idea, but it doesn't have no legs. It's not going to solve the problem,
Sure.
but it might do something.
Okay.
So here's how I think about this. These companies, they basically take rich people's money and then they try to turn it into more money. That's their job. Mm-hmm. And what they saw was this is the thing that people need. People are going to need more of it because like there's households forming, there's people moving here, there's less coupling, and so people are out in the world as single people instead of as couples, and so you need twice as much houses for that.
Yeah.
And there's all these reasons why there's going to be more demand for houses. And then there's all these reasons why there's going to be less houses being built. There's all these regulations and there's things that tighten supply. And in a world where you want to turn rich people's money into more money, you're looking for things like that.
Yeah.
And so you go and buy that asset.
Right.
Now, interestingly, I was looking into this, and Blackrock is not one of the companies that does it. Which I understand why we would think that, because they named their company as if they are a wizard who got his power from a magical stone, but like an evil one.
They don't do that?
They don't.
They do buy houses,
They
no?
don't. There's another company that is the same kind of company called Blackstone, and they do it.
Okay.
Which is a smaller. Blackrock is much bigger.
Right.
But Blackstone does do it. And these companies have, aside from being the same kind of company, and theoretically, I assume, both getting their power from different magical rocks.
Yes.
they are separate companies.
Okay.
Yeah. So Blackstone does it. BlackRock doesn't do it.
Is there a mega big company that does it?
There's a ton of companies that do it. And a lot of them were like specialized in this. Like they were just buying houses.
That was their thing.
And then they got like acquired by some of these bigger private equity companies.
So if they all stopped, would that help?
If they all stopped, there are certain markets where it would definitely help. So the they are competing with normal buyers. And so that is going to drive up the price. And they're competing largely because they know that the prices are going to keep going up.
Yes.
And so...
but isn't that bad?
It's bad.
Because what are they even doing with the homes when they're not in it?
They rent them.
But that's also bad.
Well, I mean, people get rentals, but like it might be people who wanted to buy and couldn't, you know?
But like they're just treating them like speculative assets.
Yeah, for sure. Like they'll take the rent
homes.
and that'll be revenue. And
Yeah.
then they'll take whenever they sell the asset sometime in the future, theoretically, when it doesn't have as much, when like they don't see as much advantage. Like the only argument I've heard in favor of it basically goes, well, if they raise the prices enough, then it will be worth it for developers to build more houses because we've raised the prices in this community. So like you can buy land and build houses where you couldn't before because now a developer can make a profit where they otherwise couldn't.
You're talking to Adam Smith? The market will correct itself?
Yeah. But like only if this was like a perfect frictionless market, which is like exact opposite of that. Like there's a ton of friction in this market. So we should probably, since it is obviously a crisis, I think it makes sense to do things. Like, even if it's not gonna have a huge effect. And there are certain markets where this is like a lot of the buying, like double-digit percentages, and certain markets where it's like nothing.
Okay.
So there are certain markets where it'd have a bigger effect than others.
So it could help.
It could help.
It is a populist idea.
Yeah, it's definitely populist.
And BlackRock is a good company that's good for the world.
That's what I said. Yeah, if they would like to sponsor the show, I've heard they have plenty of money. That'd be really, brought to you by Blackrock.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
We named the company the scariest thing.
It doesn't sound, it sounds like the evil corporation. It's like,
why would you?
Shinra.
Why both Blackrock and Blackstone? It has to be a wizard thing.
No, it is. It's for sure some dark magic.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, if I found like a beautiful black rock underneath a volcano and I held it in my hands and it said, you will take over the world through whatever means necessary, I probably would do it.
If you found a Blackstone and it was like, buy houses.
Yeah.
Buy single family houses.
Buy them for people. Don't let people have them.
But not even with your money.
Seek rent.
Yeah.
Seek rent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be like, all right. Yeah, good stone. The stone is so smart. Okay, back to the pelican. Pelican? It's a pelican, right?
It's pelican. This guy doesn't know what a pelican is?
What does Hank Green eat as a go-to snack and or meal?
Well, it's gonna be a little sandwich from the kitchen. I'm gonna make myself a little sandwich.
You make a sandwich.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Martha Stewart. Like, this guy. Jeez.
Sometimes I don't make a sandwich all the way. Sometimes I just put like some turkey on some cheese and squirt mayo on it and roll that up.
That's a sandwich.
Like but without bread.
Without bread.
Yeah, like I'm a 7-year-old.
Okay.
Turkey cheese roll up is what we call it when we're giving it to Oren. But when we give it to me, we call that charcuterie.
Charcuterie. What's your go-to sandwich then?
It's like turkey cheese. If I have a moment.
You're an American boy at heart.
I love to have a moment. And there's lots of places. There's this place called Warden's in my town.
Okay.
That's been there for infinity years. And it's like a deli counter place with a little like wine section and grocery store in the back.
Like a Wawa's.
And they have a hot bar where every day they have a different like slop in there. And they get like enchilada or lasagna or shepherd's pie, like some kind of sloppy thing. And I love that so much.
You should like the sloppy thing?
Just give me the sloppy thing.
Give me slop of the day?
Yeah, I mean, maybe you'll get a turkey cheese with horseradish, but like probably give me that slop. You made it special.
Yeah.
I should eat it.
They made it for you.
Yeah, if nobody eats it.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Okay.
What are you doing?
It's usually like a protein-based treat.
Oh, like just an egg?
Oh no, like a protein bar, like a synthetic one. Like a protein bar, protein drink. I've been eating these edamame, dried edamame.
Okay, crunchy?
Very crunchy.
Yeah.
But very high in protein and low in calories. Yogurt, but I was trying to expand. If I have too much protein,
Really?
I start shitting like elephant toothpaste.
Yeah, I mean, you need a fiber supplement.
I take one.
Okay.
Every day.
You should do it with the protein. It's
a timing thing?
Yeah, it can be. And it'll bind it up a little bit.
Okay, new question.
Yeah.
Creatine.
Creatine's good for you. Creatine is one of the things that like I do use creatine.
You're pumping?
Yeah, I would go to the gym twice a week. But like also it's better just like all of the time.
Yeah.
It's like it helps with brain stuff, but it definitely helps with muscle. And muscle is more important than we thought. Like muscle mass as you get older is a really big deal.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially at my age, like I'm at like the last moment where I could actually do something about it.
This is where you start taking Tren.
And then you start taking Tren.
You look big if you get Tren.
When it comes to juicing, here's what I've been doing. Whatever they'll sell me.
You just go to this is same exact place with a slop.
Yeah.
And you're like, what needles you got back
I
there?
want that Joe Rogan body.
Yeah.
I want the one with the big barrel.
Yeah, he does look like a barrel for sure. Like you look like if you could jump into his head, you could go down Niagara Falls, you'd live. His body would tank all the. You would just survive that shit. That's a fortress.
Yeah. There's a cage in there. And there's men fighting. It's a cage match.
Inside of him?
Inside of him.
Yeah, at all times.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, is this the last one?
I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I think that's the last one.
All right, Hank.
Yeah.
What is a curse word to you?
I'm glad you said to me because it's different for everybody.
Sure.
There was like the 7 words you can't say on TV.
Yeah, of course.
I could try and it was a George Carlin bit.
Yep.
It was like piss, shit, fuck, cocksucker, motherfucker. Did I say tits? Because tits was one of them.
I think so. I know it was those 5, but I remember watching this and being like, fucker
Really?
and motherfucker, like.
Yeah, you can't.
We're getting redundant here.
Yeah, you just said fuck and then you put.
That's just
You're allowed to say mother.
You just
Asshole.
added.
Asshole.
Asshole?
The last one. Yeah. And to me, only 2 of those are curse words now.
I'm assuming it's the one about the mothers.
Yeah, both fucking motherfucker.
Okay. Asshole, you don't consider a curse
I
word?
don't think it is anymore.
Really?
It's like it's on the edge. It's dropping out for me.
Okay, so.
What's a curse word? What's the definition of a curse word for you?
I said this before, and I'm thinking about it now, and it could come off wrong, but I'll say it again.
Yeah.
It's what's funny in a sentence.
It's a word that's funny in a sentence.
It's a word that's funny in a
and
sentence.
on its own. It's just for its own sake.
Because I guess, to me, a curse word is different than a slur.
Exactly. Like, there's a bunch of words that's like, that's bad. It's a bad word.
But it wouldn't be funny in a sentence.
But it's not funny. Like, a curse word is almost taboo for its own sake.
I almost think cum is a curse word.
That's a great point.
Kind of.
Yeah, because you could say a number of other words.
Yeah. Maybe.
But cum is, like, there's nothing wrong with cum.
There is nothing wrong with the sperm itself, but the word itself is a bit crass.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, the word is bad, but like the thing it's describing is like,
The reason I switched on this actually is because I did an interview with Susan, rest in peace Susan, and in it I was swearing. And like I didn't think anything of these curse words, but I said cum.
Yeah.
And everybody, because there was like a watch party downstairs, went like, oh.
Ooh, don't say come to Susan.
Yeah.
Just
Like it was not fuck, it was not shit, it was like that was the word. And I was like, this word has more power than I realized.
I did not realize how powerful cum was.
It is. So maybe that's a curse word then, because of its power?
Yeah.
And its hilarity in some sentences.
It is funny. They really nailed it with cum.
Yeah.
They won.
John English really crushed that one.
Yeah.
Like,
I love a word that's doing its job well.
Yeah.
Which I think fuck does too.
Oh, of
fuck
course.
really does its job well.
Because it
shit's
hits.
pretty good, but it's not as good as fuck. Is shit a curse word to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I was talking to somebody, they were like, this shit's not that bad anymore.
I mean,
and I'm
curse
like,
word also might be like defined by what you wouldn't say around a child.
Yeah, I was thinking about tits.
Can't say that around a kid. You can't say that around a kid, man.
I mean, I guess
tits.
I don't know. Tits is like a 12-year-old's curse word, you know?
Heavens no.
No?
13 minimum.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like tits is baby's first curse word.
But I remember
First time you said tits?
my first curse word.
Oh.
First time I said something that I was like, I knew I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, yeah,
This is
yeah,
a
yeah.
mistake. Pimple butt.
Pimple butt. Love that. Gotta work that into the daily rotation.
Try to put someone down with that.
You pimple butt.
Yeah. Didn't work.
That's not nice.
Got laughed out the room.
Oh, you got laughed out
It
the
was
room.
my friend's older brother. So
Oh,
it doesn't
okay.
work as well with the older demos.
Yeah, but if you were going down with that, I bet it would really sting.
I would have crushed like a 5-year-old's dreams with that one.
Pimple butt.
Back to the question. What's a curse word to you?
I think that you are right, that a curse word is a word that is bad for its own sake. It's not doing harm in the world like a slur is, but it is shocking, it's funny, but it's not like doing harm.
No, not by itself.
Yeah, this is not like the linguistic definition of a curse word at all. Like people argue, but I think that there's it's good to separate out curse words from slurs and be like, Yeah, like we get all these fun words, but like we should be careful with them because we don't use them so much that they lose their power. We need to leave these words with their power so that I can stub my toe and be like, fuck shit, cock.
And then that'll get the pain out quicker.
Yeah.
Than if you were to say like, dang it.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, because like I could say God damn it, and that's not going to do it for me.
No.
That one's lost its power.
And then it hurts him.
All of these words, they used to be bad for a reason. Like God damn is bad because it's injuring your relationship with God.
Pious.
Yeah, the pious would be
The
upset
pious.
for sure. And I mean, so would you. You might say it and then regret it because it's damaging your relationship with God.
I would be fuming.
Yeah. All these words like were dangerous, but I like the ones that are still feel dangerous but aren't anymore.
Like asshole.
Yeah, asshole.
I like jackass.
Jack's great.
Can I ask one bonus question?
Yeah.
I'm a part of a newly founded book club.
Nice.
And we randomly pick who is assigned to get the new book, to choose the new book.
Cool.
It was me.
Yeah.
I don't know what to pick.
What is it, nonfiction or fiction?
It can be either, but this group is more of a fiction preferred group.
Sure. What's the vibe?
It's
What's something like two of the other books?
so we only did one so far.
Oh, okay.
It was Tomorrow.
Oh, great. I love that book.
That was a good book.
Yeah.
And so it's a hard book to follow as well, because it's a pretty good book.
Yeah.
And I think the vibe is like, not necessarily like a easy read, but like an enjoyable read.
Sure.
Like you want people to be excited to read the book for book club. Mm-hmm. And so the book I have on my list
Yeah.
is House of Leaves.
Oh, I've not read that.
It's not
Isn't that weird?
fun. It's
not
weird.
a weird one?
It's
Yeah.
not a fun one.
Yeah.
And I was like, for a second book, am I really gonna throw out
Yeah.
weird book?
Yeah. There was a book I just read. I can't remember the title of it, but it's on my list. So I looked real quick.
I'm gonna take whatever you say and bring it to them.
All right.
So
it's a lot of power.
It is. If you told me Corinthians, we'd have to do that. It wouldn't be the best month
Yeah.
of book club, but
It's what you did to yourself. It's called Some Desperate Glory by Emily Tesh. Science fiction.
what's a vibe check on it?
It's intense.
Intense.
Yeah.
Some Chester glory.
Some Desperate Glory.
Some desperate glory.
I'll text you.
Okay.
It is one of the best books I've ever read for helping me understand that like we are who we are, but we are also deeply affected by our experiences.
I'll take a look at the page count. Maybe it could work.
It's a great book. It was beautiful.
Take a peek. I'll tell my book club.
And it is intense. There's a lot of action.
Okay. Like violence?
There's some violence. There's some pretty sad parts, but the people in it it's like military a lot of the time.
Okay.
Ludwig, I loved your questions. I learned a lot.
Yeah, what was your judgment of me after?
I love that you are exactly what's on the page. You can't with what you do, you can't be faking it.
Uh-huh.
And I like you are, for the level of success you're just tremendously authentic. I love that. It feels real to me. And I love that you've been able to do what you do.
Dude, oh my God, I thought you were gonna say I love you.
And I love you. I
was like, yes, he's saying
I
it.
texted my wife and I was like, I don't know if this is gonna work because Ludwig,
Me and you?
and maybe us.
You didn't think this was gonna work?
No. Me and my wife, I don't think it's gonna work anymore.
Oh, because of me and
Yeah.
you. Oh yeah, I've been saying she's getting in the way. Yeah, no shade. Well, I appreciate you answering because it completes me, which is not knowing things.
Nice.
So that's a good relationship where I wonder.
This is like the best thing to get to do.
Uh-huh.
I just love rummaging around
Yeah.
and finding information. We have comments down below. I love to answer questions, and I will learn about you if you ask a question. If you see some down there, you can upvote. I'll answer a few of the top ones. And also, when you're down there, there's a subscribe button probably somewhere nearby that you can click on.
You know, when you're saying it right now, subscribe, it's lighting up.
I know, isn't that cool?
It is cool.
Something-
Subscribe.
Not on all platforms,
No,
just on some.
just on YouTube, right?
Yeah, not on mobile.
No. Not on mobile? Oh, on all platforms.
Yeah.
Well, either way,
Yeah.
subscribe.
And there's notifications. We come back every month with another weirdo, and it's great. Thank you to my friend Ludwig for coming out to ask these questions, and thanks to everybody who helped make this episode. We really want to make more Ask Hank Anything, and you can help make that happen. You can go to complexly.com/bonus, where you can contribute any amount to get access to bonus clips. It does have to be an amount, but it can be any amount, and you can help Complexly make more fun stuff. And also, I think when you give that amount, you'll enjoy the footage that we can bring to you from the cutting room floor. There's actually quite a lot that we cut out of these episodes. Also, in the comments, you can tell us who you would like to have on the next season, because we might be currently planning that. And finally, if you want to see more of what we're up to, you can join the Complexly newsletter by visiting complexly.com.